You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And you know, and it got so bad.
It's on the tapes. I believe Barack Obama got a tape.
Yeah, he's playing high level.
I know Jennifer Lopez has multiple tapes.
Dumbass lawyer said he probably got it at Costco.
They said the list didn't exist, but Hollywood's silence is deafening. Get ready, because the names that are coming up in the Diddy scandal are tearing the celebrity world apart. The story of Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, starts much earlier than you might think. Long before the current federal investigation, there were whispers. Take the tragedy of Craig Mack, the man who helped launch Bad Boy Records. He was allegedly so wronged and manipulated by Diddy that he left the industry entirely. Mack eventually retreated to South Carolina, joining a cult with his family where he lived until his death from AIDS a few years ago. It's a sad story that highlights the darker side of Combs' notorious rise.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
That was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set...
When comedian Katt speaks, Hollywood often holds its breath. His sharp memory and unfiltered honesty have always made him a controversial figure. Now, his voice is being pulled into the current firestorm surrounding Diddy. The buzz on social media is all about an alleged list of celebrities connected to Diddy's infamous high-profile gatherings. But it's not just the list that's causing a sensation. It's the eerie silence from some of the biggest names in Hollywood that's fueling public curiosity.
Stick around, because what you're about to see is straight from the inside. So, people like Attorney General Pam Bondi were flaunting around the Epstein files in February of this year. You even had people like Kash Patel, who has been deeply embedded in Trump's orbit, saying that Jeffrey Epstein didn't commit suicide and that the files are indeed real.
This is more than just accusations. It's about a pattern of behavior and the uncomfortable hidden power dynamics in celebrity culture. Williams himself has been bold enough to name names, suggesting some of the most influential people in the world have tapes. He even claims Barack Obama, Jennifer Lopez, Beyoncé, Drake, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, and Usher are on these tapes. The most shocking names, he says, are the politicians and royals allegedly involved.
John Diddy Combs.
Right.
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something, but he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, you know.
Williams did not stop there. He relayed a chilling description of what allegedly took place at these parties, using a truly disturbing term: party favors. He suggested that children were allegedly set out on a table, similar to how gift bags are placed at a birthday party. Guests could then take you off the table to do what they wished. Even if certain acts were supposedly against the rules, Williams says those rules were ignored.
These celebrities who apparently have been deleting all of their posts on Twitter, you know, the platform now known as X.
Once done, the victims were allegedly placed back on the table for the next person to choose. This horrific cycle, he says, is the party favor effect. He also claimed that animals, specifically goats, were present. Even more shockingly, he claimed that if a victim became ill or threw up, they were forced to eat their own vomit. This, he says, was part of a satanic ritual. Williams then named some of the powerful individuals allegedly present, including Denzel Washington, Birdman, and Young Jock. In one of the most jaw-dropping claims, Williams asserted that Denzel Washington was once allegedly at a party, naked except for a beanie, socks, and a gold chain, standing in front of children. Williams sarcastically noted that Denzel portrays himself as holier than thou, a common theme among many of the accused. He then cryptically revealed that one of the men allegedly involved has a birthmark on his left thigh. Like an album that drops without warning, the alleged celebrity list connected to Diddy's parties has exploded online. The roster is staggering. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, among others. This lineup could headline any major event, but here they are, linked to a federal case.
Because I'm not saying this is what happened. If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay?
If you are finding this deep dive into Hollywood's secrets engaging, please take a second to like this video. Your support helps the fame game keep bringing you the truth. This alleged list is now being compared to the infamous Jeffrey Epstein client list. The public is buzzing about how deep these connections might run. Interestingly, this story caught fire as conversations about the Epstein files were also ramping up. In February, former Attorney General Pam Bondi was seen flaunting the files. Even Katt Patel, an associate from the Trump orbit, suggested the files were real and that Epstein didn't commit suicide. However, some sources, including those allegedly connected to the White House, are now telling a different story, suggesting there was no client list and that Epstein did die by suicide.
That's been saying for years, this man is having sex with underage. So now the federal government is looking at that like, yo, when is somebody going to come forward?
The Department of Justice and the FBI released a memo confirming there was no client list and that Epstein's death was suicide. During all of this, Diddy had been convicted on 2 counts of the Mann Act, transporting across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. Here is where the political story takes a shocking turn. Insiders reported that Donald Trump was seriously considering pardoning Diddy. We know this because sources with direct knowledge confirmed that White House staff were in communication with Diddy's defense team. This potential pardon was rumored to be timed around the judge's decision on Diddy's bail. Initially, this linkage made some sense. 2 powerful men, both accused in high-profile cases, both feeling unfairly targeted.
I've heard anybody else say until the federal government came in, because nobody knew, Mighty. Nobody knew before the federal government came in and hit Puff with those charges.
But then everything changed. Diddy was denied bail. Shortly after, Trump stated that while he was once very friendly with Diddy, he was leaning toward not granting a pardon. Trump cited Diddy's very hostile behavior and terrible statements made against him during his presidential run, admitting that human emotions make it more difficult to do. The mystery only deepened when fans noticed strange activity, or rather a sudden disappearance, on the social media accounts of a few celebrities on the alleged list. Usher, who had a history of staying and working with Diddy early in his career, had his posts vanish from X, formerly Twitter. His explanation? The account was hacked. This happened just as an old statement of his, describing unusual scenes at Diddy's residence, began circulating again. Megan Fox allegedly deleted every post from both Instagram and X, with the exception of posts before 2013 on X. Pink also supposedly wiped her X account. To the public, this looked less like coincidence and more like an intentional digital cleanup to distance themselves from the controversy. However, it's important to note that misinformation also spread rapidly. Pink had actually quit Twitter and deleted most posts in February 2024. Megan Fox had already wiped her Instagram in May 2024 and rarely used X. But the question remains, did these celebrities, seeing the Cassie lawsuit filed late last year, start doing their own digital damage control, erasing posts from the past that linked them to Diddy's parties and events? In the world of celebrity scandals, timing is everything. Adding to the fire is a resurfaced interview clip of Khloe Kardashian casually recounting her attendance at one of Diddy's parties. She spoke of catching an early flight to attend and mentioned that half the people there were butt naked. She spoke of the events jokingly, but in today's context, the clip is being dissected with new meaning. Her description aligns with long-standing rumors that Diddy's parties would often start normally but take a sharp, risque turn as the night progressed. Coming from a member of the media-savvy Kardashian family, her words are being treated as a potential piece of the bigger puzzle. Katt Williams also delved into even more extreme conspiracy theories, bringing up the concept of MKUltra mind control. He claimed that if Diddy trafficked a celebrity, say Justin Bieber using a contract, Diddy would own half of the victim's codes. This is allegedly a system where powerful figures can use a remote to turn off or control people like Britney Spears. Williams suggested that if one person in the trafficking chain goes down, the other side of the code goes down, even potentially affecting the property of other celebrities, like Kevin Hart, who were involved in the trafficking chain. Williams stressed that for MKUltra to take hold, it requires satanic ritual, extreme trauma, humiliation, and unimaginable evil. He also controversially claimed that Trump is hinting at the coming to light of satanic ritual abuse, voodoo, and cannibalism. Justin Bieber's name is a constant fixture in this conversation due to his close relationship with Diddy early in his career. Diddy was publicly seen as a mentor, with the two spending time together. Now, Bieber's spokesperson insists the singer is focused on his new life as a father and is avoiding the accusations. However, silence does not stop speculation. Old interviews and photos are constantly re-emerging, with critics connecting dots, even without confirmed evidence. It's been claimed for years that Diddy was allegedly having sex with the underage. This is why the federal government is now reportedly looking for someone to come forward. People are pointing to the mysterious deaths of bad boy associates like Shakur Stewart and Kim Porter as reasons to take the allegations seriously. And they're asking, why did Diddy allegedly tap a young Bieber on the chest, asking, "Are you wired?" Why did Bieber write a song about getting smashed at a Diddy party? One source said that after going to Diddy camp, Bieber started using drugs heavily, suggesting that the alleged trauma of a Diddy party could be the cause of his later struggles. Diddy is currently facing serious federal charges, including racketeering, and has been denied bail multiple times. He maintains his innocence. An officer involved in the raid reportedly compared Diddy's social circles and gatherings to those of Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, claiming the events had been happening for over 15 years. The officer noted that while not everyone was involved in illegal acts, many witnessed questionable behavior later in the night. This suggests that awareness of these activities in Hollywood was likely widespread. The prosecution has presented a strong case with 4 or 5 core charges, including the Mann Act and racketeering, each with different checkpoints the jury must assess. The prosecution's strategy is bolstered by the decades-long pattern of poor character and actions Diddy has allegedly exhibited. If you are following this whole story, hit that like button now and share this video. What makes this situation so compelling is the absence of clear answers. In the age of viral news, scandals move quickly, but the combination of the alleged list, the resurfaced clips, the social media wipes, and Katt Williams' constant involvement has given this story serious staying power. The public is drawing parallels to other scandals, noting that when high-profile people are loosely linked to controversial figures, there is a common pattern of public silence followed by carefully managed statements much later. The public is watching closely to see who speaks up, who stays quiet, and who gets pulled further into this chaotic narrative as the case against Diddy unfolds. That's it for this deep dive into the Diddy allegations. What is your take on the celebrity names being thrown around? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on all things Hollywood scandal, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video from the Fame Game. Until next time, fam, keep it real.